Okay, good afternoon, dear students. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Hoy vamos a tener el placer de compartir con nuestro profesor John Jairo Calderón una masterclass enfocada en skimming and scanning, en esas reading strategies que les van a servir mucho. Profesor John Jairo Calderón, estamos acá muy pendientes, ya la sesión está siendo grabada para su información.
Okay, hello everybody. Up to now, we have Albanis. I want to welcome you, Albanis, to our sixth masterclass, and everybody else who joins in. Welcome to Professor John Alexander Serna and Professor Jonathan Bella. So let's wait a couple minutes and let me see participants. Let me check right here. Yeah, up to now we only have Albani. So let's wait a couple minutes and see who else joins in. Entonces, bienvenidos para todos. Is the sound okay, Jonathan or Alex?
Yes, it
It's
sounds
perfect.
very clear.
All
Yeah,
right,
very
good,
clear, John.
good. All right. Let's wait a couple minutes to see if more people will join today's masterclass number 6.
Very good.
Okay, while we wait for more people to join, let me speak a little bit about these master classes for Albanis who's listening to us. We need to keep in mind that these master classes are very important, not only for the general use or learning of the foreign language, English in this case, but we need to recall and remember that you guys will take the ICFES exam, Saber Once, in the future, in the near future, because you guys will be in 11th grade. So these classes will be very helpful for you. So let's keep that in mind. All right. So, as I was saying before, these master classes are very, very important for everybody. They will help you through taking the test of Saber Once. Keep in mind that all the information that you receive here is highly important. It will help you with the mechanics of Saber Once test. So we're going to start. We're going to begin, and I know more people will be joining in. Everybody, welcome. And here we go. One second, please. Okay. So, what do we have for today? First of all, we have the vital hello for all of us. Hello to everybody joining us. If you're going to watch this later on YouTube, I want to welcome everybody to this important masterclass. Several things we're going to do today. So, in today's session, what do we have? Well, first of all, we have a short introduction and greeting our participants. Then we're going to look at reading comprehension strategies. There are two very important reading comprehension strategies, amongst others, that we need to consider. And they are skimming and scanning. Now, as you notice here, as always, I will always put the ICFES name. Why? Because these skimming and scanning strategies are very helpful for ICFES tests. So as you progress through this masterclass, keep that in mind. Everything we do here is also focused not on general learning or practice for English, but also for taking the ICFES state exam. And we also have activities for building vocabulary. As I had mentioned in the last masterclass, building vocabulary is a very vital and very important part of ICFES state exam. Sometimes we may not be able to comprehend everything, but if I have a good vocabulary level and I am able to apply these strategies, they um, when you answer the questions in the test, it becomes a little easier. Why is it a little easier? Because you are able to contextualize what you are reading. So the more you contextualize by means of knowing the vocabulary, the better you're going to answer, or you will have better opportunity to choose the correct answer. So number four, we're going to have comprehend and intervene in short conversations with specific context, also related to the ICFES. We saw this in the last masterclass number 5, but we're going to pick up on it as well. So we'll see this towards the end of today's masterclass. Okay, so here we go. But before we start, let's look at a riddle for you. Here's a riddle for you. Okay, let's warm up with some riddles. And here is a riddle. Let's read this riddle and see who can give us the answer. What goes up but never comes back down? What goes up but never comes back down? Alguien sabe la respuesta. What's the answer? Albanis, if you know it, can you give me the answer or take a guess? Okay, we have some more participants here. Hello for the people who have just joined us. We have Jacobo, Jacob Gonzalez, Isabel Munoz, Jeronimo Vargas, and that is it. We also have, we already said Isabel. So welcome to you guys who have just joined us. We are warming up here, beginning with this riddle. What goes up but never comes back down? If you want to write the answer in the chat, what will you say? What would you say the answer might be? Analyze it. Remember, the ICFES exam, Sabe Once, has a lot of parts that require analysis. So we can warm up with the analysis part by simply trying to guess what this answer might be to this riddle. Does anybody have an idea what the answer might be? You can take an educated guess. Somebody want to take? Yes.
I know the answer because I listened to the adivination, the question. Is
Okay.
the
Okay. All right. You got it. Your age. Very good, Albanis. Very good. What goes up and never comes back down is people's age, our age. As we progress in life, we get older. Of course, we get older, and our age never comes back down. Nobody has invented the time machine so we can go back to make our age come back down. But that's the way it is. Okay, let's continue. Here's another one. Another one. And that is it right there. You can find me in Mercury, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter, but not in Venus or Neptune. What am I? Let's keep in mind that these are planets. Son planetas. Yes?
letter R?
The letter, repeat
R?
that again, Albanis. The letter,
R?
okay, let's find out. The answer is the letter M.
Oh,
Yeah, the letter M. However, you are correct also. Yes, you are correct because as we see here, Mercury has an R, Earth has the R, Mars has the R, Jupiter has the R, but Venus and Neptune do not have the R. So that is a correct answer as well. But for now, we will keep it as the letter M, but you are correct as well. And that is good analysis. That's good observation, Albanis. Thank you for that answer.
but the letter M is not in the word Earth and the word Jupiter.
Ah, okay. And I saw that. I saw it, and I did not realize it. I did not realize it, but you are correct right there. So that is my bad right there. All right. Once again, you have done a very, very good analysis of what it is. So, yes, the better answer would be the letter R. The word Jupiter is there to yeah, to somehow make you think, wait a minute, it says the letter M, but it's not there. It's not in Jupiter. Okay, very good. Thank you for being so observant, Albanis. Very good. Okay. How about another one? Here's the last one. Here's the last one. So let's look at the last one. I have cities, but no houses. I have forests, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I? Who can give me the answer to that one? Analyze that one. I have cities, but no houses. I have forests, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I? What is the answer to this one? Anybody have any idea what the answer might be? Okay, Isabel, do you think you might know the answer? Jeronimo, Jacob, you guys might know the answer. Anybody? Nope. Now remember, if you want to try the answer, but you don't want to say it, but it would be better if you said it, you can write it in the chat box. You want to write the answer in the chat box? That will be fine as well. Albanis, do you have an idea what that answer might be? I have cities but no houses. I have forests but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
I think that is a map.
Okay, you have thought well and correct. The answer is a map. Very, very good. Yes. So when you look at a map, you see cities. When you look at a map, you don't see the houses unless you're looking at Google Maps, but a regular, ordinary map. Well, the only way to see houses in Google Maps is to go really close to focus in, and then you will see houses. Have forests but no trees. The same with the trees. I have water but no fish. And no matter how close you get to Google Maps, you will never see fish. That's one thing. You will see the water but not fish. What am I? The answer is a map. Okay. How about one more? Yes, this is the last one. I promise. Okay, it says, which question can you never say yes to? There's one question that you can never say yes. If somebody asks you this question, this is the question you can never say yes to. Anybody know the answer to this one?
I think that is, are you sleeping?
Okay, wow. Yeah, that is the answer. What's the answer? Are you asleep? Of course, because if I am asleep and somebody asks me, and if I answer, that means that I would not be asleep. So if I'm asleep, I would never be able to answer that question. So as we are looking at these questions, they are in a form of riddles, but if we consider these questions, they do take some kind of analysis for us to be able to provide the correct answer. So everybody keep that in mind. Everybody, when you go to the ICFES test, Saber Once, there is a lot of analysis that you have to make. And I think it's in all areas, not just in the English part, but all the areas. So please keep that in mind. Okay, let's continue here. And we're going to continue with vocabulary check. Let's check our vocabulary. So we'll do a small exercise right here. And this exercise consists of looking at a word, as we have right there, we have the word date. What you need to do is think of words that vertically going down would begin with these letters. So as an example, we have the word date. Can you guys think of a word that begins with the letter D going down? And when we think of the words, let's keep in mind that this is general vocabulary. This is the vocabulary you will see on the Saber Once test. So what word do you think could start with letter D? That might be here. I mean, this is a guessing game, but keep in mind it's general vocabulary. What word? Well, let's look at the first word. We have the word date, and date can mean two things. It can mean la fecha, yes, when I need to know the date. For example, today's date of master class number 6 is the 15th of September. And date can also mean when you go out with somebody. If somebody invites you to have coffee, to eat pizza, to go sightseeing, that is a date that you have with another person, una cita, okay? So the first word that can appear right here would be the word dear. The second one, very easy, the word air. The third one, the word to. That's a preposition. And the last one would be eat. So from the word date, the letters that compose the word date, we can come up with 4 other words, just keeping in mind what my level of vocabulary is, how much vocabulary I know, and consider that these words can appear or probably will appear on the ICFES test. So with D, we got deer. With A, we got air. With T, we got O. And with E, we have eat. Okay, let's continue with another one. With the word student, can you think of words that could be made with these letters going down? One with the S, one with the T, U, D, E, N, and T. You cannot repeat the letter T. So if you guys want to write them in the chat box, let's take a look. Okay, I'll wait a good 20 seconds before I start asking. So, by the way, while you think of the words, Professor John Alexander Sedna just put the link to the attendance. So if you look in the chat box, you will find the link for the attendance. You guys need to click on that, fill out the attendance, and make sure that they see that you were here. Not only because you're here and I can see you in the part of participants, but also because you would be able to write your names in the attendance link. Okay, we have some answers right here from Albanis, and Albani said S. For S, she put said. For T, today. For U, university. For D, day. How about one for E, Albanis? What would you say for the one in the letter with the letter E? Okay. I eat EPAC. Okay. No, she says no. Okay. So what could be the letter E? Emotion. All right. Emotion. Very good, Albani. One for the letter N. Near. Very good. And one for the letter T. Table. Very good, Albanis. Let's see if you came up with the same answers that are here. So for the letter S, we have send. Okay, but you did well. It doesn't mean you did bad. Actually, you did very well. For the letter T, we have time, and you said today. For the letter U, we have under, and you said university. For the letter D, you said day, and we have did right here. For the letter E, you said emotion, and we have the word end. Okay. For the letter N, you said near, and we have nice. Let's see if maybe, perhaps the last one you would get. For the letter T, you have table, and we have take. Okay, but you did very well. The idea is to try and guess which ones are here, but you did very well with putting the words. Let's try another one, okay? We'll try another one. How about with the word movie? We can think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words that we can derive from the word movie. One that begins with M, one with O, one with V, one with I, and one with E. Okay, I will wait 20 seconds. 20 seconds while somebody comes up with something. We shall see. Okay. All right. Albani says for M, make. For O, over. What about for V? Come on, the rest of you, all the other participants, let's do this, not just Albanis. Isabel Munoz, Jacob Gonzalez, Jerónimo Vargas, Santiago Munoz, and Stephanie Perez. Let's try these. Yes? Okay. Jacob says for V, view. Very good. Anybody else? Okay, Albani says for I, imagination. Very good. Now, the idea of this type of activity, this type of exercise, is to really see how well I am with my vocabulary. How many words can I come up with each of these letters that compose the word movie? Okay, that helps us out a lot. That helps us improve our vocabulary. Now, I know it's not in context, right? But it's a good way to improve vocabulary. Not everything has to be done in context, but when it comes to vocabulary, the idea is to be very imaginative, to try and come up with as many words as you can for each letter of each word. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Okay, Jacob says for E, exhibition. Very good, Jacob. Exhibition. Very good. All right, let's look. So for M, we have mouse. Yes, mouse. For O, we have orange, the fruit, or the color orange, which an orange is the color orange. Unless it's not ripe yet, it would be green. For V, we have voice. What do we do? What do we use when we speak? We use our voice. Let's see. For I, we have in. This is a very short one. Very, very short one. And finally, for the letter E, we have eraser. Okay, but you guys did well in the chat box, Albanis and Jacob. Very, very well done. Okay, let's continue to the next one. Let's see if you guys get one at least one with the word paper. With the word paper. Now remember, if you don't want to write, throw on the microphone and say, Professor, for P, I got this or I got that. Okay, Jacob says for P, pencil. Albani says for P, pilot. Okay. How about for A? For letter A, let's see what you can come up with. Angry. Albani says angry. Very good. What do you say, Jacob? Albani says putting it down. She's really putting it down. What would you say for letter A? Okay. Jacob says for the other P, pen. Okay. Anything else for the letter E? Anybody have one for letter E? We already have eraser. We cannot use eraser. So eraser is out of the question. Any others? Okay, let's look at the answers to this one. So for paper, the first P, we have picture. Okay, remember, I'm using very, very common words that can be of use in everyday life. Okay, for A, for the first, well, the only A, we have the word apple. Okay, for the letter P, the second letter P, we have the word place. For the letter E, we have the word easy. And for the final one, which is the letter R, we have the word red, which is the color red. Okay, so from paper, we have come up with 5 words for each letter, which is picture, apple, place, easy, and red. Now, for the sakes of pronunciation, for those of you who are here or the ones that are watching it later, as I say the words, you can repeat them to help you improve your pronunciation. Let's keep in mind that these master classes are not only focused on the ICFES test, Saber Once, but also on speaking skills, on listening skills, and also on pronunciation. Keep that in mind. So I'll say them one more time. The first one is picture, apple, place, easy. We got the sound of the S right here, like a letter Z, the sound of the letter Z. And finally, red for the word paper. Okay, very good. Let's go on to another one. What about the word right? What can you come up with the word right using W-R-I-T-E? Okay, Albani says for W we have water. For R, she has the word right, like meaning correct, or my right hand, or turn to the right. Very good. Anything else? Okay, don't be shy. Everybody who's here, you can try and guess these. Stephanie, Santiago, Jeronimo, you guys can do this. Okay, Isabel. Okay, not only Albanis and Jacob, but we have some good participants here. So let's do our best. Let's try and get these. All right, let's go through these. For W, we have way. All right, Albani's put for I, information. Very good. For the letter R, we have the word read. Yes, read, or in past, read. Way, read. For I, let's see if Albani's got this one. For information, we have a short one, is. Yes. For example, there is a master class going on right now. For the letter T, okay, Albanis wrote tiger. Let's see if what we have on this one. We have table, okay? So we can mix them and we can say there is a tiger on the table and he reads. And finally, for the letter E, what do we have for the letter E? We have the word every. Yes, every. So we got the word right, way, read, is, table, and every. Okay. Good try, Albanis. Those were good, nevertheless. Okay, let's go to. We're almost finished with this exercise. I think this is the last one. Let's try the word happy. Happy. Let's see how well you can do on these. The word is happy. Which words can you come up with that begin with the letter H, the letter A, the letter P, again, the letter P, and the letter Y? Albanis for H has written hope. Okay, let's check. Hat. Okay, we've got hat. Albanis for the letter A, we have a cross. On this one, we have answer, but that is a good one also. For the first letter P, Albanis has written people. She has written people. We have pencil, and somebody had wrote pencil before. I think it was Jacob in the other. Yeah, it was Jacob in the other. The password that we have. So there's one that you had gotten. What about for the second letter P? For the second letter P, anybody have an answer? Okay, let's. Yeah, Jacob is the one who wrote. Oh, people. Yes, also people. Okay, very good. All right, you put people. Now I just saw it. Thank you, Jacob. Let's see what we got for P. We have. Okay, somebody wrote plane, which is Albanis, and Jacob put yard for Y. So the second P is party, and Y is yellow. Jacob, you wrote yard. Let's keep in mind that yard is a measurement. Okay, it's measurement, and it is almost equal to 1 meter. Almost equal. It's a little bit less than 1 meter. 1 yard is equivalent to, I guess, in inches. That would be 36 inches in yards. Okay, very good. Now, the other thing you guys can do with this exercise, when you have the word, for example, happy, you have the words going down, hat, answer, pencil, party, and yellow, is to contextualize this, all of this vocabulary. How? By building sentences. Yes, you can say that a sentence. We could say, I am going to a party and I will wear a yellow hat. That leaves answer and pen and pencil. So when I arrive to the party, I have to write my name down as one of the guests. So if they ask me, what is your name? My answer would be John, and I would write it with a pencil. That is a good way to contextualize all of these words in terms of vocabulary use. Okay, guys, thank you very much for participating in this activity. I want to thank Jacob and Albanis. You guys did a very, very good job. And I'm sure that the other ones who have not participated are thinking about it. So if you're thinking about it and you are analyzing it, you are doing a good job as well. Okay, let's get going with what we're going to do with strategies for today. So we have reading strategies for today. Remember, what is in green is in English, and below it, the same exact thing in smaller black letters, we have the translation to Spanish. So I've been speaking a lot of English, so I will read this one in Spanish. And it says, utilizo variedad de estrategias de comprensión de lectura adecuadas al propósito y al tipo de texto. Okay, so when we read this strategy, there are many variety of reading comprehension strategies. We're going to see some of them today, but we need to keep in mind or take into account that they need to be appropriate for the purpose and the type of text. Why is this important? Well, the idea is for us to be able to, as I always say, contextualize what we read. The more idea I have of what it is about, the better I'm going to do when I answer the questions. Okay. Number 2 says, identifico el tiempo para obtener el contexto del texto. Okay. So if I identify the tense, yes, por ejemplo, si yo tengo un texto y yo empiezo a escanearlo y yo digo, bueno, este texto está escrito en el tiempo futuro, porque yo empiezo a ver los auxiliares de la palabra will, que nos indica futuro, y algunas terminaciones, por ejemplo, I will travel to Cartagena next month. Okay, next month is an indication for future. Yes, it provides a future tense for us, or a future idea that I will be doing something next month. The other type of words that indicate future, as we know, and I will remind you of those, are, for example, tomorrow, later, at 12 o'clock, let's say tomorrow evening, next week, next month, next year. So these are the type of words that I consider, yes, to be able to give the purpose or to contextualize what the text is about. In terms of identify the tense in order to obtain the context of the text, well, I have to know if it's written in future, if it's written in present, if it's written in simple past, etc., etc. ¿Cómo hago yo eso? Bueno, lo primero que yo hago es mirar el verbo. ¿En qué tiempo está conjugado el verbo? ¿Está en un presente, futuro, yes, progresivo o continuo, como decimos? Y si yo identifico y miro lo que queda, which would be the rest of the sentence, it will tell me exactly what the tense is. And it's very important to know these things. Very, very important. So let's continue right here. And the objective in what we're going to do next, el objetivo es identificar los tiempos verbales en textos cortos y realizar la conjugación correcta de los verbos. Entonces, esto lo vamos a ver, o ustedes lo van a ver, cuando presenten el examen Saber 11. Entonces, muy bueno tener esto en cuenta, muy bueno poder mirar el texto, los textos cortos e identificar los tiempos verbales de cada uno. O puede ser que el texto inicie en presente, se va para pasado y posiblemente termine en el tiempo futuro. Entonces, es importante realizar o analizar la conjugación correcta de los verbos. ¿Por qué? Porque las preguntas que ustedes van a ver enseguida, después del texto, después de leer el texto, tienen que ver también mucho con la conjugación correcta de los verbos. Entonces, si yo hago ese análisis antes de mirar las preguntas, para yo contestar va a ser mucho más fácil, mucho más fácil. Tengamos eso en cuenta. All right, let's continue here. So we have our first short reading. Okay, everybody, right here it says the following. Responda las preguntas 9 a 16 de acuerdo con el siguiente texto. Lea el texto y seleccione la palabra correcta para cada espacio. Las preguntas 9 a 16, marque A, B o C en su hoja de respuestas. Entonces tenemos el ejemplo. El ejemplo 0 nos dice que la A es over, la B es by y la C es across. Que en uno de los ejercicios que hicimos anteriormente, creo que fue happy, Albanis, para la letra A, creo que fue ella, sí, yo creo que fue ella, colocó la palabra across. Pero recuerden lo que yo les dije, todo el vocabulario que vemos acá en las masterclasses, todos salen en la prueba, en la parte de inglés de Saber 11, para que tengamos eso en cuenta. Okay, so we look at example 0, and it's at the beginning, right here in the first line, first sentence. It says, coffee is popular around the world. And there's a mistake right here. It should be around the world. Okay, keep in mind that I did not write this. I got this from ICFES exam. So this is a typo right here. There's a small mistake. So coffee is popular around the world. Something for 0, something, and we have over, by, and across the past centuries. Few subjects have been as carefully studied as coffee. Okay, so the best one there, as it is indicated here in the answer, la respuesta es la letra A, que nos dice, over the past centuries, few subjects have been as carefully studied as coffee. Okay, so let's continue with this, and here is the correct answer, and we have over. So what do you do first? What you do is read it and try to identify the tense of the reading. Now, you can do it by means of each sentence or by paragraph. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. You could do it by paragraphs. Recordemos que si hacemos ese análisis, si miramos en qué tiempo está escrito este texto, nos ayuda a comprenderlo mejor, número 1, a contextualizarlo, número 2, y por último, y muy importante, es elegir las respuestas correctas, en este caso, las palabras correctas. Recordemos que el objetivo decía conjugación. Ahora, no es siempre conjugar un verbo, también es conjugar una palabra, es decir, elegir la palabra que mejor encaja según la oración. Ok, entonces, aquí por acá ya tenemos respuestas. Uf. Okay, you guys are fast. Okay, let's find out. For number 9, Jacob and Albanese have letter C, which is most. Okay, and for number 10, Albanese has C as well. Okay, what I want you to do is to do it first. Okay, read it, analyze it, see what's the tense, and you guys can write the answers in the chat box. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. Si tienen alguna pregunta de lo que está escrito acá, por ejemplo, puede ser una palabra de algo pues que ustedes no conozcan en cuanto al vocabulario, me pueden hacer la pregunta, no problem, me la pueden hacer por el chat box o me la pueden hacer prendiendo el micro, activando el micrófono y haciéndome la pregunta. No problem there. Ok, por ejemplo, mientras que van leyendo, si miran por acá abajo, entre la número 14 y la número 16, tenemos la palabra headaches. Si de pronto no sabemos qué es headaches, ok, es when my head hurts, yes, and I can't do anything, I can't read, I maybe need to go sleep or something, my head is hurting, so that is a headache, yes, a headache. Maybe if I have done too much exercise, too much in excess, exercises can generate headaches. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, I'll let you guys do this. Read it, choose the correct answer, and you will see this. You will see this exactly like this, but a different paragraph, obviously, a different text on ICFES exam. Okay, este tipo de ejercicio que estamos mirando acá, lo van a ver no igualito, de pronto con un texto diferente, un contenido diferente, pero es igualito. Ustedes tienen un texto en el cual les sacan o colocan unas líneas, están enumeradas, miran acá abajo y ustedes deben de, según la lectura y el análisis que ustedes hagan, elegir la respuesta correcta para cada línea. Okay. Albanese for number 10 put C. Jacob for number 11 put A. Okay, I'll give you guys another 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we will look at the answers. Okay, how are we doing here? How are we doing here? Okay, let's see. Okay, Stephanie says, teacher, can you send the assistance, please? I just left it and it was deleted. I appreciate your help. Okay, let me ask Professor John Alexander Serna if you can hear me, or Professor Jonathan Vela, if you guys can hear me. One of our students is asking for the attendance again. So please, can you put the link at the attendance of the attendance? So let's give them a couple minutes, Stephanie, and then we will get the attendance up. Okay. Jacob says 12 is A, 13 is B, 14 is B, 15 is A, and 16 is A. Bonnie says 13 is B, 14 is B, 15 is A. Okay, I guess you guys are still working on it. Let me give you a little more time for it. Okay. Albanis, thank you for putting up the attendance. Yeah, I should have done the same. I should have copied it and put it up. So thank you to Albanis. Job well done. Thank you. Okay, let's look at this. So I'm going to read it all for you guys, but before we read it, just for the sakes of listening and pronunciation, we're going to look at the answers. So as we said before, the example 0 is over, and number 9 is letter C, most. Number 10 is letter C, since. Number 11 is A, when. Number 12 is A, among. Number 13 is B, described. Number 14 is B, drinking. Number 15 is A, mustn't, must not. And number 16 is while. Okay? So those are the correct answers according to the analysis that you would do in terms of what time or tense this text is in. So let me read it all for the people who are listening to us, and just for the sakes of, as I said before, for listening and pronunciation. So the title is Coffee. Coffee is popular around the world. Over the past centuries, few subjects have been as carefully studied as coffee. Its most important component is caffeine, and it has lots of benefits. Coffee has been well known since the beginning of the 14th century. When Sufi Yemenists started using coffee to stay alert during special activities, it became a popular medicine among Europeans in the 1600s. Caffeine was first described in the 1800s by Ferdinand Runge, a doctor that found out some effects that coffee has on people. Some people say drinking coffee isn't good, but doctors say you mustn't believe this. Thanks to caffeine, you don't get hungry. Coffee can also reduce headaches and blood problems. While many people believe coffee is bad, studies show it is good for your heart. Okay, if you got them correct, good for you. If not, it's not a bad thing. It's a thing of trying over and over again and improving your vocabulary. Okay, very good. So let's continue on with the next one. Oh, by the way, I had asked everybody before, but who likes coffee? You guys like coffee? And if you do, how much coffee do you drink? I like coffee, but I can only drink 1 or 2 cups in the morning. If I drink coffee in the afternoon or in the evening, I will not fall asleep. So it's a big problem. Albani says no, you don't like coffee. You don't like coffee because of the taste, Albanis, or you just don't like the effect of coffee keeping you alert and awake? Okay, let's continue to the next one. Okay, the next one is exactly the same thing. It's a little bit shorter, yes, but we do exactly the same. Oh, sorry about that. So it says Greek and Roman cultures. This is about Greek and Roman cultures. Albani says the taste. I think that it is that it said there. Okay, the taste. All right, yeah, the taste. Okay, it's not your cup of tea, as we say in English. So for this one, it's called the Greek and Roman cultures. We have example 0. Example 0 says the following: the Greek culture, together with the Roman one, 0, something fascinated humans for centuries. So the options we have are A, have, B, having, C, had. Now we're beginning to see verbs, the conjugation of verbs. And according to this part right here, it says that the correct answer is letter A, have. So we would say the Greek culture, together with the Roman one, have fascinated humans for centuries. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Do the same thing. Read it, analyze it, look for the conjugation, and try to answer as best as you can. And right here on the right, we have the options. From 11 to 18, we have A, B, and C. So the first one, 0, has been done for you. It is have. Okay, continue. And you can put the answers on the chat box
Good
as
afternoon, Professor. I answering before your before question, I would say that I would like the coffee, but my mother say that I am too shy to try it every day, but I would like to do
okay.
it.
But you like it, right? You like the
Yeah.
taste of the coffee, Jacob. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like
Okay.
it.
Okay. How old are you, Jacob? What's your age?
Um, I'm 14 years old.
Okay, me as a parent, me as a father, I would say that maybe your mother is correct in saying that you are, a little too young to be drinking coffee. I would agree with that, because one of my sons began drinking coffee. He is 18 now. He began last year when he was 17. And yeah, it's not a very young age, but it's still a young age, and he likes coffee, while my daughter, who's 11, does not drink coffee, and my other son, who's going to be 20, doesn't drink coffee either. Yeah, I think it's about taste mostly. Okay, Jacob, thank you for turning on your microphone and for activating your microphone and sharing that with us. Thank you very much. Okay, but give you guys 2 minutes for this one. Go. While you do that, I will drink some water. Remember, if you have any questions, si tienen alguna pregunta de algún ítem de vocabulario que no conozcan, bien sea en la lectura o en las respuestas, las opciones, digo, que tenemos acá, por favor, me la pueden hacer, bien sea por el chat o activan el micrófono y me dicen, profe, no entiendo qué palabra, qué significa esta palabra. Okay, very good, Albanese. Hamburger with water. You're not going to believe this, Albanese. I think it was on Tuesday evening. I had a hamburger with French fries and with water. Yes, with water. It's the best. And you remembered that Professor Jonathan drinks water, a lot of water also, and so do I. I think Professor John Alexander also drinks a lot of water. Pero las personas pensarán, porque yo estaba comiendo la hamburguesa con papas y tenía mi botellita de agua ahí y la gente pasaba y miraban como, uy, este hombre es que comiendo hamburguesa con agua, si lo mejor que va con una hamburguesa es más agua. Mentiras, es una gaseosa. Y sí, de pronto por el sabor sí, pero sí, la gente sí miraba que yo estaba tomando agua. De hecho, mi hija, quien tiene 11 años, toma mucha agua. A ella no le gustan las gaseosas. Y ella también cuando come hamburguesa o pizza, pide agua. Entonces ella dice que no se le pierde el sabor a la hamburguesa o a la pizza. Entonces, eso va en cada quien. Yeah, it's really good. Really good. Okay, I will stop talking because I might be interrupting your concentration on the reading and the answers. Okay, how are we doing with this one? I would probably think that this one's a little easier than the previous one, and it's a little shorter. Okay, you guys have any answers for this one? Any answers for this one? All right. Okay. Jacob Gonzalez says number 12 is C. Number 13 is B. Number 14 is A. Number 15 is A. 16 is B. 17 is C. And 18 is A. Very good. Jacob, we'll find out if yours are correct. Let's give everybody else 30 more seconds and we will look at the answers. 30 segundos más. Y miramos las respuestas. Que recuerden de nuevo que así como están viendo este ejercicio, así lo van a ver en la prueba Saber 11. Igualito. Obvio que no con este mismo contenido de Greek and Roman cultures, diferente, pero el formato es exactamente lo mismo. Exactly the same. Y obvio que en la hoja de respuestas tendrían esta parte de las letras A, B o C para que ustedes elijan. Okay, almost ready. 15 seconds more. Okay, Albanis has given her answers. Also, 12 is C, 13 is B, 14 is A, 15 is A, 16 is B, 17 is C, and 18 is A. Very good. You have the same exact answers as Jacob. Okay, let's check these answers. So, number 11, we have the option of doesn't, don't, and didn't. The correct answer is don't, letter B. La número 12 tenemos among, against, and from. Y la correcta es from. Número 13, both. Número 14, worry. Número 15, believed. 16, however. 17, them. 18, but. Okay, so I will read it for you for the sakes of listening and pronunciation. And it says, Greek and Roman cultures. The Greek culture, together with the Roman one, have fascinated humans for centuries. Sadly, many people today don't know the differences between Greeks and Romans. Some people think Romans are an extension of Greeks. Others assume that the two are similar. In fact, the two are very different from one another and show opposite life values. Both Greeks and Romans were great architects. Greeks used to worry more about shape than function. They believed the most important thing was making beautiful buildings. However, Romans were perfect engineers. For them, street planning and use had the greatest importance. Greeks admired poets and philosophers, but Romans admired their soldiers, who were extremely brave and successful. Okay, so that is the text of Greek and Roman cultures. Okay, ¿alguien tiene alguna pregunta? Anybody have any questions? Nope. These are the same answer as Jacob, but I am not. Oh, I know you're not copying. I know, Albanese, I know. And Jacob knows also, and that's why he says, don't worry. Okay, very good. Very good for both of you. You guys are very good at this. And I believe you guys will do very, very well when you present the test. Okay. And also keep in mind, we mentioned it in the last session, which was masterclass number 5. This information that you have here, the vocabulary, you may well see this same information. Well, not in this format, but the vocabulary you will probably see in APTIS. Remember, you guys are going to take the APTIS test. So this is not only preparing you for Saber Once, but also for APTIS test. Please remember that Professor John Alexander Sedna gave us some very important information regarding the APTIS test in our last session in masterclass number 5. Okay, let's go to the next part. The next part is we're looking at is GIA.
Professor,
level.
excuse me,
Yeah.
I didn't understand one of the expressions of the before text. Can you?
Yes, let me go back. Which one, Jacob?
In the third paragraph,
Yeah.
when it says more about shape than function.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
That
you
part?
put the mouse.
That's the part you don't understand?
Yeah.
Okay, when we talk about shape and function, Greeks, they used to worry more about the shape. Yes. Como eran buenos arquitectos, no, los romanos eran los buenos arquitectos. No, pero eran ambos. Yeah, I forgot. Both. Los dos, Greeks and Romans, cuando ellos diseñaban algo, ellos le ponían más cuidado, le prestaban más atención a la forma de las cosas y no tanto a la función. Yes?
I understand.
Okay. So, let's say, let me give you a good example. In the 1960s and 1970s, the automobile company Lamborghini, which makes exotic cars, back then they used to worry more about the shape and not the function. Now, how do I know this? I never had a Lamborghini, but I have seen videos in which the drivers, they sit in the car and they say, a Lamborghini from that era was very difficult to drive. Why? Because they were more worried about the shape of the car and not the function. Yes. Therefore, there were a lot of problems with the engine. Those big engines, they had a lot of problems. Well, that was because they wanted to acquire the attention of the people more because of the shape of the car and not the function of the car. So that is an example of what the Greeks and Romans were more interested in as architects. Okay, Jacob, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good. All right. Remember, good question. That was a good question, Jacob. Si tienen preguntas, por favor, así como hizo Jacob, pueden prender el micrófono, me pueden hacer la pregunta o la pueden hacer por el chat box. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue here. And as we were looking at this part right here, the objective, this objective is in English, but remember, recuerden, en el ICFES, en la prueba, cuando vean el objetivo, antes de cada ejercicio, usted no van a ver el objetivo en inglés, a menos que para este año lo hayan cambiado, pero no creo. Acá está en inglés porque decidimos colocarlo en inglés. Entonces, este es to recognize, identify, and use the correct form of the verb. En la parte A, or part A, instructions, read the text, then choose the correct word for each space. And then it goes to Spanish. Responda las preguntas 1 a 5 de acuerdo con el siguiente texto. Lea el texto en la parte inferior y seleccione la palabra correcta para cada espacio. En cada pregunta 1 a 5, marque A, B o C en su hoja de respuestas. Okay, I decided to mix it, do some parts in English, some parts in Spanish, and that is for all of us to practice. So let's look at the text. Okay, the text is called the Internet. Okay, and as always, we have the title, we have the text, and we have some spaces. And as always, we have an example 0, el ejemplo 0. Entonces, tenemos 3 opciones para el ejemplo 0, que es A is, la B es are y la C was. Según este cuadrito de respuesta, dice que la correcta es la A, por lo tanto es is. Y entonces dice lo siguiente: The Internet is a very interesting global network of computers for the service of people worldwide. Okay. En esta hacemos exactamente lo mismo. Entonces leemos, leemos el resto del texto y hagamos el análisis, que es mirar el tiempo para poder conjugar de manera correcta. Y si miramos acá, ahora sí, las 5 opciones, o es decir, las 15 opciones que tenemos, pero cada una, de la 1 a la 5, hay 3, sí son verbos. Ya es la parte de conjugación de verbo. Recordemos que anteriormente teníamos algunos textos en los cuales conjugábamos otro tipo de palabra. Podría ser un adjetivo, podría ser una preposición, etcétera, etcétera. Y de pronto un verbo. Y entonces lentamente vamos transicionando a los verbos y ahora este texto sí tiene solo verbos. Okay, go. I'll give you 2 minutes and I'll wait. And then I will drink more water without a hamburger. Okay, we have some answers. Albani says for number 2, she chose A, which is spend. Okay, 1 is C, 2 is A. Okay, we'll wait for some more answers. Recordemos si tenemos alguna pregunta, alguna duda en cuanto al vocabulario que manejamos o como nos preguntó Jacob en la lectura anterior, me preguntó qué quería decir una frase ahí, entonces también pueden hacer ese tipo de pregunta. No es solo de vocabulario. Santiago Munoz, give us some answers. You guys can give us some answers. Isabel Munoz, also give us some answers. Jerónimo Vargas, you can give us some answers as well. For now, it's only Jacob and Albanis giving us answers. Everybody can do it. Don't be shy. You can do it. Nothing to it. Okay, Albani says number 3 is C. I think we'll find out. We'll find out if it is C or a different one. But since you're doing a great job, you might be correct. Okay, one just slipped, and for number 1, we put letter B. Albani says 4 is B. Jeronimo says 5 is A. Thank you, Jeronimo, for writing your answer. Yeah, you don't have to write all of them. No tiene que escribir todos. Si no quieren de pronto una o dos, pues preferiblemente todas, pero si de pronto están como dudosos de cualquiera de las otras, pueden elegir una de unas 5 y colocar solo una respuesta. Okay, let's check this. Let's check and see how we did on this one. According to this, number 1 is C. The word is B. Number 2, spend, letter A. Okay, Jacob says 4 is B as well, 3 is C, 2 is A, and 1 is C. Number 3, C, have warned. Number 4, are visited. And number 5, requesting. Number 5 is requesting. Number 5 is requesting. Jeronimo, thank you. You got that one correct. Okay, for the sakes of pronunciation, let's read this. So I will read it for you. If you want to repeat after me, no problem. I will read it slowly, okay? It says, the internet. The internet is a very interesting global network of computers for the service of people worldwide. Nevertheless, it can be inappropriate for many individuals, especially youngsters who spend much time surfing the World Wide Web. Throughout the last 10 years, experts have warned parents about people who seek to do harm to their children by means of social networking. There are many platforms which are visited by a new generation of kids who take to indulge their emotions in seeking the acceptance of others. That's when the criminals of the web take advantage of desperate boys and girls requesting to gain contacts and friends. However, these youngsters oftentimes do not have a clear idea of who is behind their screen. Thus, parents need to take action and limit the use of their children's use of the technological devices used on a frequent basis. Ok, si miramos acá, este texto sí es un poco avanzado. Realmente podríamos decir que es B+. Está entre B1 y B+. Entonces, de pronto, en la prueba, Saber 11 van a encontrar posiblemente un texto así avanzado, posiblemente dos, pero con toda seguridad sí van a tener uno. Ok, very good. Let's go to the next one. Oh, antes de seguir a la próxima, ¿tienen alguna pregunta? ¿Alguien tiene una pregunta con el contenido, con algo? No. Okay, let's continue then. All right, here's where we come into the strategies of literal reading strategies, skimming and scanning. And in Spanish says estrategias de lectura literal, que son skimming and scanning. ¿Alguien tiene una idea de qué es skimming o qué es scanning o las dos? Anybody have any idea what these mean? ¿Me pueden decir en español? ¿Lo pueden escribir? ¿Me pueden decir en inglés? Como ustedes deseen.
Professor,
you
I don't
say?
know what is skimming, but scanning is like see more than the text offer us. See more there.
Like
It's like
more specific, like that?
it's yeah, it's like
Okay.
see more than the letters, see more than the words. They make inferences, not
Oh, okay. Okay,
and
that's
things
very
like that.
good. That's very good, Jacob. So, Jacob, think about this. Think about this. If you said that scanning is seeing more, then skimming would be what? Almost the opposite. What would skimming be?
So seeing less.
Okay, seeing less. And when we think about seeing less, it's more of generalities, yes? While scanning, seeing more, is more about being specific. Very good, Jacob. You did a really good job explaining what scanning is and analyzing what scanning is, and therefore saying what skimming is. Muy bien, Jacob. Very good. So let's look at it. So skimming, yes, skimming, we have it in English and we have it in Spanish. I will read it to you in English. You can look at the translation down here. Skimming, it is a quick and general reading technique. You normally put it into practice when you read for pleasure and to understand the reading without too much detail. Okay, that is, with your eyes, you go over what is written. Okay, so como lo dice ahí, si es una técnica de lectura muy rápida, lo que hacemos por lo general es poner en práctica este tipo de lectura de pronto cuando leemos textos que nos envían los compañeros, los amigos, la familia. Entonces, miramos esto de manera general, ¿sí? Entonces, skimming, nosotros siempre hacemos skimming cuando estamos leyendo por, digamos, por el WhatsApp, por ejemplo, ¿yes? Entonces, lo que hacemos rápidamente es como hacer un tipo de escaneo general de la lectura. Entonces, esto es un tipo de estrategia que necesitamos no solo para la prueba Saber 11, sino también para el aptest test cuando lo tomen. Yes? Okay, so let's continue. That is skimming. Very good, Jacob. And this is the one you said. Scanning. Scanning es una técnica de lectura más lenta para buscar información específica, como nos dijo Jacob. Sí, lo que hacemos en scanning es buscar información muy precisa en un texto. De pronto para contestar necesitamos, qué sé yo, una fecha. Necesitamos buscar el nombre de una persona o necesitamos buscar una información, digamos, de una información técnica de algo. O no tiene que ser técnica, puede ser algo muy general también que no requiera pues mucho análisis. Pero la idea de scanning es esa, es buscar información muy específica, es buscar, es leer también entre líneas. Si de pronto han escuchado esa frase, leer entre líneas, read between the lines, que cuando leemos entre líneas es buscar la intención del autor. Entonces, cuando leemos entre líneas, claro, hay unas palabras ahí, hay unas oraciones, puede ser un párrafo, pero cuando leemos entre líneas, haciendo u utilizando, poniendo en práctica esta técnica de lectura que es más lenta, es tratar de entender cuál es la idea que el autor nos quiere brindar. ¿Ok? So it is a slower reading technique to search for specific information. So remember, recordemos, skimming, muy general, ¿sí? And scanning, muy específico. Yes? Okay, so let's look at this. This one's easy. I mean, it's a little bit elevated, un poquito elevado, ve uno ve más, pero realmente es fácil. El objetivo es identificar y comprender información específica de un texto utilizando estrategias de comprensión lectora como skimming, scanning. En la parte A, responda las preguntas 11 a 16, son 5, de acuerdo con el siguiente texto. Lea el texto y responda a las preguntas. En las preguntas 11 a 16, marque A, B o C en su hoja de respuestas. Ok, y ustedes dirán, uy, profe, ¿cómo así? Esa lectura tan larga. Entonces, lo primero que debemos de hacer es hacer skimming. Vamos a mirar por encimita, vamos a mirar el título, vamos a mirar la foto de pronto si ustedes conocen quién es él. Y bueno, ya sabemos porque aquí en la parte del principio dice Stephen Hawking, Stephen William Hawking. Entonces, miremos así por encima, busquemos palabras claves y tratemos de tener una idea general de todo el texto. ¿Sí? Una vez hagamos eso, esto es como una estrategia también, es mirar las preguntas, o en este caso no son preguntas, son afirmaciones y debemos completarlas con las respuestas que tenemos aquí a mano derecha. ¿Sí? Entonces, una forma buena es también hacer eso, es tratar de leer utilizando las dos estrategias y luego mirar las preguntas o en este caso las afirmaciones si hay una pregunta, la número 14, y mirar cuáles son las respuestas que tenemos acá. Ahora, tengamos en cuenta que a veces las preguntas, y como lo dijo ahora Jacob, debemos de inferir cuál es la respuesta. ¿Por qué? Eso lo vemos también, o eso lo van a ver ustedes en la prueba Saber 11. Muchas veces es inferir la respuesta. ¿Por qué? Porque de pronto la información no está explícita en el texto. Cuando no está explícita, pero tenemos una pregunta muy específica y unas respuestas también específicas, deberíamos de inferir cuál es la respuesta correcta, porque la respuesta correcta no está plasmada acá en el texto de manera literal. Pero lo que habíamos hablado anteriormente de read between the lines, lea entre las líneas, tratemos de buscar cuál es la intención del autor para poder inferir la respuesta correcta. Ok, les doy el tiempito. Go. Okay, Albanese has provided us with the first answer for number 11 is B. Jacob says number 11 is A. Okay, we have two different ones there. We'll find out. Okay, Albani's changed her mind on number 11. She also said A. Okay, I read well. Good. Okay, while you read, I'll give you some information about this part of the ICFES test, Saber Once. This may be, I'm not going to say the most difficult, but one of the most difficult parts of English because you have to consider the time. Deberíamos de considerar el tiempo. Muchas veces, por eso al principio, por allá en la, creo que fue en la sesión número 4, la masterclass número 4, cuando yo inicié, yo les dije que la idea es tratar de no traducir. ¿Por qué? Porque traducir de pronto nos va retrocediendo con el tiempo. Y aquí es donde se puede reflejar eso. Entonces, la idea es tratar de leer, comprender y poder inferir si se requiere inferir la respuesta según la pregunta o la afirmación que se encuentre, pero no traducir. Si en esta parte yo empiezo a traducir, ¿qué ocurre? Yo voy, por así decirlo, quemando el tiempo. El tiempo se me va yendo en qué, en traducción. Entonces, por eso estas estrategias de las cuales acabamos de hablar, que son skimming and scanning, son muy, muy importantes. Son estrategias que todos deberíamos de utilizar. Yo, de hecho, pues yo leo en español y en inglés y yo aún utilizo estas dos estrategias. Yo a veces escaneo un texto, digamos, de manera general, si de pronto no tengo el tiempo para tener información general del texto o si yo necesito información muy específica, utilizo scanning y escaneo para obtener información muy detallada, información muy precisa. Okay, Jacob. Jacob says number 12 is B, number 13 is A, number 14 is A, number 15 is A, and number 16 is B. Okay, one more minute and we will look at the answers. One more minute. Okay, let's look at the answers. Number 11 says, after his 21st birthday, he believed he was going to die soon. Okay, you guys chose A, and that is correct. Very good. All right, number 12. Before he died, he could talk using, and number 12, Jacob said B, a machine. Very good. Number 13, his second book was, Jacob put 13A. Very good. Easier to read. Number 14, when did he start needing help to communicate? Jacob put A in 1985. Very good. Number 15, being sick, he decided to, Jacob put A. Correct answer is help the planet. Very good. And number 16, Jacob put B. Hawking thought his dreams had come true thanks to his family. Wow, Jacob, you did a very outstanding job. Very good. Congratulations. It shows me that both you and Albanis, and I'm sure everybody else, you have a good sense of reading and skimming and scanning and analyzing. If you did it this way, very, very well. Very well done. Okay, good. Let's try another one. Okay, this is part B. It's the same thing. This is about the Ural Tunnel. We will do this one and we will wrap it up. We will be finished. Okay, this is about the Ural Tunnel. If you've been to Europe and gone through the Ural Tunnel, you must consider that. That is a very important feat of architecture and engineering. So here it is. I know this one's a little bit long, but no problem. Try to do your best. Okay, since we're running out of time, we're gonna go ahead and look at the answers to this right now. All right, so let's look at number 19. If you were able to read it all, good. If not, no problem. But number 19 says they first started to build the Eurotunnel in, answer is 1973. Number 20, sometime after starting the construction, the company building Eurotunnel, C couldn't continue. Number 21, what did companies want to do in 1984? They wanted to change the project. Number 22, the way in which the company built the tunnel was a long one. Letter A. Number 23, compared to what the first company did, TLMS's work was more difficult. Number 24, there was a ceremony when this A, the smallest platform, was completed. And the last one, when was the Eurotunnel project finished? In 1994. Letter B. Okay. Just for those of you who want to see the rest of it, we had this skim the following text, which is why learn a foreign language. All you had to do was skim it and say general information about the text. And then what is it about? It was about learning a foreign language. Now you would scan the text and you would read it and look for very specific information. And then what specific information can you provide? And you would provide that information. And then you had the questions from 1 to 4. So if you're on the if you're watching this at a later time, yes, you can read it, you can pause it, and here are the answers. Number 1 is B, number 2 is C, number 3 is B, number 4 is B. So, you know, there are the answers right there. And finally, that is all for today. See you next time. Thank you very much. Please remember, two very important strategies to consider. Skimming is a technique to read fast, to get general information, and scanning is a technique of slower reading to be able to obtain very specific information, like reading between the lines, maybe dates, maybe names of people, maybe measurements, etc., etc. Okay, that is it for today. I want to thank everybody who was here with us. And thank you very much for joining us. And I want to thank you from my heart to Albanis. Thank you for participating the way you did. And I also want to thank Jacob Gonzalez. Thank you for participating from the bottom of my heart. You guys both did an astounding job. And for those of you who didn't participate, thank you for being part of this masterclass number 6. Jerónimo Vargas, Isabel, Santiago, and that was it. There were a few more, but they're not on here now. And for those of you who are watching it at a later time, thank you very much. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you take all these strategies to mind and use them, not only for Saber Once or in your classes at school, but also for aptis and more importantly, for daily life. You never know, puede que viajen en algún momento en sus vidas para otro país donde se habla solo inglés o inglés como una segunda lengua y toda esta información les sirve. Entonces, muchas gracias, les agradezco mucho y hasta la próxima. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Professor, do we have club tomorrow?
No, I don't think we have the club tomorrow. No. I'm pretty sure we don't. But if we did, your teachers, your professors would tell you, okay? But up to now, I don't think we have. Yeah,
Yes,
no, I'm pretty sure we don't.
Daniela says that we are not to have club tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I remember, because I spoke to them, to Daniela and to Professor Sandra Kelly. And we do not have the club tomorrow. So have a good weekend, okay? Thank you very much.
Have a good weekend as well, Professor. Thank you so much.
Jacob.
Bye,
You're welcome.
Professor.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Albanis. Thank you. Take good care.